Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Essential Wellness Podcast, Essential Oils and Everyday Wellness, formerly the Visionary Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Aisha Harley, and this is your go-to spot for real talk, trusted tips, and everyday solutions with doTERRA Essential Oils. Join us every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, or you can catch the replay on YouTube, Apple Podcast, or Spotify. And don't forget to sign up for the weekly drop at essentialwellness.life so you never miss a thing. We just wrapped up the doTERRA Shine Convention, and the energy is still high. In this episode, we're diving into our top highlights, the brand new products, the 90-day reset, exciting new research, and so much more. There's a lot to share, so we are going to jump right in. To kick us off, Ariana is going to introduce the new past tense stick, and that will be followed today by doTERRA leaders and speakers, Claudine, Diane, Dr. Josie, and Lori. So Ariana, take it away.
Hi. So, if you're familiar, we used to, back in the day, if you've been with us, have past tense in a roller bottle. And then it got changed to a dropper bottle. And now we have this awesome stick. And you're going to use this for any kind of tension. I love it for intense head tension that I get. And I'm just going to cover a few of the ingredients. I'll read them. It's wintergreen, peppermint, frankincense, Roman chamomile, basil, rosemary, marjoram, cilantro, lavender, and then the big highlight is sweet gum. And so in those ingredients, you'll see peppermint is going to give you a nice invigorating wake up. It's going to be calming and soothing and cooling to the neck and shoulders. We have rosemary in there that's going to help with circulation, and marjoram that relieves muscle tightness and tension. And then sweet gum, if you're not familiar, has similar properties to our copaiba oil. It's high in beta caroline, and it's also going to be grounding and help release the tension. So be sure to grab this. This is going to be great for studying, after exercise, or when you get any kind of head tension. And I'm going to pass the mic to Claudine. She's going to talk to us about our new castor oil.
Fantastic. Yes, I am loving also with the past tense that sweet gum and it kind of mellows the scent. So if it was a little too intense for you before the scent, even though it worked fantastic, know that the in the stick and with the added sweet gum, it's kind of mellowed that just a little bit on the scent. So just a little extra tip on that. So thank you, Ari. So our bodies are exposed to toxins every day through food, environment, and even stress. I mean, over 35% of American adults already show signs of liver overload. And when the liver becomes overloaded, our natural detox efficiencies actually drop by 45%. And we feel the effects of that through fatigue, brain fog, hormone imbalances, gut issues, and even premature aging. And nobody wants that, right? Supporting daily detox is one of the most powerful ways to restore balance and protect your long-term health. So that's why I'm excited that I get to introduce doTERRA's castor oil. So the castor oil comes in a 300 ml protective amber glass bottle with the trusted doTERRA certified pure tested grade quality. It's just $28. So castor oil, if you don't know, has really been treasured for thousands of years, dating back really to ancient Egypt, where it was used for skin health and cleansing rituals. Throughout history, it's been a natural remedy for digestion, circulation, and overall wellness in cultures really around the world. Today, we understand it as a powerful, gentle way to support the body's natural detox and renewal process. Castor oil is a powerhouse for your skin, hair, and body. It hydrates, it nourishes, it soothes, and can even be paired with rosemary and peppermint and used in a scalp massage to promote a healthy scalp. You can also get these cool kind of wooden scalp massagers that you can use to help stimulate hair growth and help with that scalp massage. It is great. It's also great, by the way, for muscle tension, just saying, on the neck. Uh, the doTERRA difference, obviously this is coming from doTERRA, so you can be assured it's a high quality oil that meets doTERRA's certified pure tested grade standards. It's certified USDA organic, cold pressed, hexane free, vegan friendly, and rich in ricinoleic acid, which is a rare omega-9 fatty acid. It has also other beneficial omegas that deeply hydrate the skin and hair. There are so many different ways that you can use the castor oil. We were talking just before we got on that I got these fun little patches from Amazon. So, I'm an Amazon shopper every once in a while. Sorry, they're hard to find other places. So they've got this cool disc inside. What I like to do is I like to put my castor oil in the center here along with my oil of choice and apply it over the top of my belly button. You can also put a little bit in your fingers and put it in your belly button as well, is super acceptable. You can also do castor oil packs, which are wonderful, all of these things to do overnight. So there's so many different ways to use it with spot applications as well on your skin, your joints, and even your hair. So if you want to dive deeper, scan this QR code to grab doTERRA's free castor oil ebook, The Ritual Revival. You'll learn easy head-to-toe rituals for every age, plus tips to make castor oil part of your everyday routine. And while castor oil supports daily cleansing, the next new product line that Dr. Josie will introduce takes things even deeper. So I will pass this over to Dr. Josie.
Oh, thank you, Claudine. Okay, everyone, there are new product. Actually, there should be an S on there, new products. It's a twofer in this new product line, and you're going to start to see a theme. This is a new oil blend and a duo cap with the name of Revitazen. And it together, these are in the same area of castor oil and cleansing and detoxifying and supporting your bodies. This works to support the actual duo cap here, works to support healthy liver function. Uh-oh. Sorry, I don't have time to try and figure out how to turn off my alerts. So just going to keep going. Supports healthy liver function and reduces organ stress. Helps with optimal digestion and metabolic support. Provides antioxidant protection and inflammatory system support. These two products are designed for safe, gentle, daily detoxification. Now, we're going to talk about 3 ways to do that. Safe daily, 30 days, and 90 days coming up. Let's go over. Does this formula look familiar to anybody? Yes. Don't worry. I was a little upset when I heard or thought that maybe they were going to be reformulating our beloved it's
Zendicrine.
Endocrine.
thank you. All I can think of is Revitazen now. It's like it turns around in your brain. Yeah, our Zendicrine line, right? You know me. I love the Zendicrine complex. I love the gel caps and I love the oil. Well, this oil think of like how we had Slim and Sassy and they reformulated the same herbs in a little bit different ratio because they did more testing and they found out how these oils work together in the best ratios. That's what they did here with our old blend, but they did one thing, right? They added in ginger. We know how much a powerhouse ginger is. It helps with the motility of our gut and our gut function. It helps with our hormone balance. It helps with all of digestion, with that getting the motility and our movement of all of our gut to go. It helps with anti-inflammatory and our joints, just kind of everything. So it's a driver. I see Asha saying that. Yep. So it is such an ideal thing to add into this line. So thank you, doTERRA. So here it is. It's the old formula revitalized into Revitazen. All right, let's go on. So that is one, if anyone's nerdy here with the science, as I am, you can take a picture, take a screen capture of this slide. This is showing you from the citrus oils. We have the limonene, but we also have the 1,8-cineol, the alpha-pinene, and now the ginger. All of these constituents working together to help support our gut flow, our bile flow, our gut barrier against oxidative stress, enhancing enzymes. It is fantastic. So let's move on to the Duo Cap because there's some really exciting things here. It's pretty different than the old formula. This is oops, sorry everyone. I was just moving my things around. This is a Duo Cap like our turmeric and our boswellic acid ones, but I want you to take home this in this picture. Here are the 4 main ingredients. There's artichoke, there's milk thistle, and then we also have cumin essential oil and black cumin seed oil. So let's go into a little bit deep dive into some of these ingredients for a second. All right, cumin essential oil. We've had that as a limited time and special order. When I go through the literature, I see it a lot, and I've always wanted it in our line, and here it is. It is a proven protector. It has been shown to lower oxidized LDL, so that means LDL that is doing bad things in your body. It is helping to boost different kinds of enzymes that are protecting your liver and your blood vessels. And it is strengthening the systems, all of those detox organs that filter, neutralize, and clear toxins. We want to have cumin every day. And a lot of other traditions and countries of their culinary traditions work with a lot of cumin. And I would say in a lot of the Western culture, we don't. So thank you. It's now here. Let's go over, keep going with the slides in terms of looking into the capsule again. Let's see. One thing I wanted from this one is to just show in a different way some of the ingredients. And this black cumin seed oil is very interesting. It's different than just the cumin essential oil. The black cumin seed oil has this constituent called thymoquinone, and it is really lauded for a lot of things. It helps for the immune, help boost our immune system, our liver function, helps protect us against oxidative stress, and doing a lot of things with the liver, basically. When you add that together with the cumin, and then we're going to go over these 2 other ingredients that come from artichoke leaf, which helps enhance bile production, and also milk thistle that gives advanced liver support and helps really helps the liver work in antioxidant regeneration and protection. So when we go on, I think I have a picture of this thing that's this co-crystal, and it's just cool because anyone who studied herbs knows that milk thistle is, again, another one of these big molecules. It does a lot of fantastic stuff for the liver, but it's very poorly absorbed. And it's not well utilized in our body when we take it in supplements. And so this is a very special preparation where they take phosphatidylcholine and bring it together with the active part from the milk thistle, the silibin, and they make this, you can see it there, it's like a bunky ball, this cool co-crystal, we're calling it. And guess, let's go to the next slide. That process is making that milk thistle 16 times more bioavailable and absorbable in our body and giving it 16 times more action, which is so important and fantastic. Okay, let's go on. like that is a big deal, everyone. So this is a picture for people to take who are, again, nerdy, sciencey, who want to know. They've heard us talking about the detox pathways, and there's phase 1, and there's phase 2, and there's even a phase 3. And I'm not going to read through it, but this is sort of seeing how well thought out this formula is, and how these different ingredients of these 4 main ingredients in this duo cap are working together in all 3 of the different phases of our active detoxification pathways to support us. All right, let's go on. So here is the kind of take home for the Revitazen, formerly known as Zendocrine oil blend. And you can see the wholesale price, the retail, the PV in working with it. And basically, this is something that I think, as Claudine spoke about, it is the wonderful way is this would be the premier oil you would be using with castor oil, would putting it on the bottoms of your feet, putting it on your belly. You can put a couple drops in a gel cap, and work with it in those ways. In terms of the duo cap, we can, here it is. And this is targeted support and comprehensive and protection for your liver, kidneys, and colon primarily. It is designed for everyday use. I am, as the more I work with menopause and perimenopause and menopause and hormone care, I'm so excited about this capsule and adding it into hormone balance protocols, because when we support the liver, when we support the detoxification pathways, we are supporting our hormones. They are intricately linked, and this is a really wonderful addition. So I just want to stress that it is designed for daily use and support. So look at that. I love this. I wanted this picture of the 3 of them. You see the castor oil, the duo cap, and the Revitazen, and using these in all the different ways. You can do a couple drops of the oil on the bottoms of your feet at night, and then maybe another night you're going to do a little patch with the castor oil on it, and then you're going to do a sauna, and you can just be putting it on your body in the sauna with the castor oil, and you're taking the duo cap every day for that gentle daily support. All right. So here are, those were the actors, right? The ingredients. Diane, I'd like to hand it off to you. Diane Del Reyes, our resident acupuncturist and Chinese medicine expert. She is going to go into a little bit of like, what's the big deal, you guys? Why should I want to detox anyways? Is it really necessary?
Thank you, Claudine and Josie. I feel like you guys led to this perfectly. It was perfectly timed and coordinated to lead right to why we detox and why it's important. And as you can see here, 30 days versus 90 days. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, because your daily detox is something we should be doing every single day just to give our body a little bit of help on a daily basis. It's gentle. You know, we got most of us got in a habit of maybe using lemon in our water every day. And traditionally, we've talked about 30-day cleanses, and doTERRA has had a wonderful 30-day cleanse. And it's really good for like kind of quarterly resets. It's a seasonal pathway clearing, which I love that. I love my 2 favorite seasons from a Chinese medicine perspective for cleansing is actually fall and spring, but it absolutely can be done every single season. And then 90-day reset, we haven't really talked about that, but after a couple more slides, you're going to see why it's important and how easy it actually is to do a 90-day reset, and how it's really going to set your body up for the most gentle and effective way to do a cleanse. Because the reality is there's a national study that has been monitoring more than 150 chemicals that are circulating on a daily basis throughout our body. And our bodies are amazing detoxification pathways that work organically on a daily basis. That said, it was not meant to navigate and negotiate this many chemicals in our body, not to mention the amount of stress that most of us experience as well. So it's doing overtime, and so we need cleansing to support those pathways, because some of the signs of overload of these chemicals can be, and most of us, I don't know anybody who doesn't have some of these symptoms: fatigue, brain fog, digestive issues, skin breakouts, aches, weakened immune system. These are all direct effects of our systems being overloaded with toxins. Some of the toxins that we deal with on a daily basis are heavy metals. They can be found in lead, mercury, arsenic, aluminum, and these are in our everyday sources. There could be paint. There's been a big lead paint issue in older houses, light bulbs, rice, cookware. These are all going to disrupt our system, our whether it's our liver, our enzymes, minerals. It's going to affect us in a very harmful way over time. Common exposures that we can't control on the outside, for the most part, are the air pollutants. So we got to go outside. Flame retardants, mold, radon, just even modern farming techniques. We are exposed to these chemicals all the time. And then the VOCs, the volatile organic compounds that are inside our home. So it's like, where can you go to be free of toxins? Pretty much nowhere at this point. They are inside our home and outside our home. So we want to do the best that we can to control as much of the chemicals that we're exposed to that we can, but we need a little help. So this is our happy cell. This is our overloaded cell, right? It's unhappy. It's toxic load blocks our nutrition, our energy, and the way our cells repair, right? And I love Dr. Josie mentioned, hormones, because our hormones are impacted. All these chemicals are endocrine disruptors. They're hormone disruptors. We have enough. Most of us at a certain age are dealing with a lot of hormonal imbalances just naturally, but then add in all the toxic load, and we're fighting an uphill battle. So we need support. So at this point, I think in our lives, detoxification is not an option. I mean, cleansing and detoxing have been around for millennia. There's a lot of history with cleansing, but it's the cleansing purpose has been very different. It's been more like spiritual in a lot of traditions, but this is actually almost non-negotiable at this point. Up to 35% of American adults have stressed out livers. I would say it's probably more than that. Toxic overload contributes to, again, brain fog, fatigue, hormonal issues, gut imbalances, and premature aging. And as Claudine said, we're not into that. Up to 45%. That's how much environmental toxins can reduce liver detox efficiency. We need our liver to be functioning optimally. More than half of us are deficient in key nutrients that fuel detox enzymes. So, what makes 90 days the magic number? Here's why it works. In 90 days, our red blood cells reset. This renews our oxygen and nutrient delivery. Hormone cycles and enzyme pathways stabilize over 3 months. It takes time to mobilize stored toxins safely, right? We don't want to be aggressive in moving these toxins out because there's a lot of physical issues that can happen if we move that too fast. Mitochondria rebuild within consistent support over 90 days. So, which detox approach is right for you? I would argue that they're all right. Daily detoxing is what we should be doing on a regular basis. And 30-day cleanses we can do quarterly. But honestly, to really reset and renew your whole system, if you want a full body transformation, 90 days is the optimal time. And what I love about doTERRA is they're constantly improving. So we've done 30-day cleanses many times over our history with doTERRA, and it's been a fabulous process. However, everything I just argued for a 90-day process is what doTERRA has now offering. And now what I love about this is that this prepare month is really ideal because what it does, what I feel like it's doing is optimizing our nutrition, our cells, and so that our bodies are the most prepared to actually start activating and mobilizing the toxins to rid the toxins. So in month 2 is when we're actively cleansing, and then the month 3 is when we are renewing. We are taking everything we've done and basically stabilizing it and making it ideal. And then of course, in between, hopefully we keep doing our nutritional support with the VMG and the E omega, those and the PB assist, those PB restore. These are the foundations of everything we should be doing on a regular basis anyway. So there is a great, in the DMK with doTERRA, if you take use this QR code and you'll get all the information you need, especially these great handouts for month 1, 2, and 3 of this cleanse. And it's going to give you little check marks to keep you on track and accountable. So definitely check that out. There's a lot of great resources there. And I'm going to hand it back over to Dr. Josie because she's going to give us her 3 biggest takeaways from convention.
Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you, Di. I'm so excited for this 90-day reset and how they are putting this together. And we'll talk about that. We're going to be doing some stuff as a group and individually. And it's just an incredible kind of packaging and offering. So that's really exciting. I wanted to try and do a quick kind of my science-y and the 3 take-homes that I got. Convention's long, it's 3 days, and we get a lot of incredible information and presentations. And so I kind of package them down into my 3 take-homes that hit me the hardest and really impacted how I'm thinking about things and made me excited about taking stuff that I haven't been taking as much for a while. So I want to pass that on. I'm going to tell you the 3 take-homes, and then I'm going to go through some slides. My first was why I'm going to show you, because they showed me at convention, why Copaiba makes everything work better. That's number 1. Copaiba makes everything work better. Number 2 is what's so darn special about our omega fatty acid fish oils, because they are frickin' special. That's number 2. And number 3 is we had Dr. Scott Johnson. Is that who it is? Am I saying it right? Yeah. He was great. He was a speaker. It was so wonderful to have him. And he really outlined the specific essential oils that have been proven to help heal and enhance our gut lining, which basically means our entire gut health. Don't you want to know what those oils are and how to use them? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back. What makes Copaiba amazing? And why does it make everything work better? So doTERRA did some studies, and this is really exciting. And what came out of these studies was they did one with and these are all human clinical trials. And I had a doctor who was with me say, well, that's not that many people and for that long. And I was like, are you kidding me? And the lavendula, which is like a competitor, I don't know, a lavender essential oil cap in some of the doctor lines that I see to ours, their studies are 12 people. So in the world of natural medicine and human clinical trials, this is great, first of all. And so they did it blinded. And so let's go on, next slide. And what did they find? They found a lot. So here are some of the take homes from this trial. They found Copaiba decreasing in inflammation. So these are big inflammation markers that we look at to monitor inflammation. These are nasty things, IL-8, IL-18, TNF alpha, and you see how it was clinically just in a month showing reductions. Keep going, Di. All right, this is so exciting. I would take a screen capture of this. So look at all these different things, an 18.8, almost 19% overall function. This was adding in one gel cap of Copaiba. Is it one twice a day or one? I have to go back to the study. And after 1 month, look at all of, the different things people were doing. So this is the kind of strength training and mobility training that we should all be doing. And don't you want a 17, 18, 19, 20% increase in your lunges, in your active straight leg raise, in your ability to work with your deep squats and your shoulders, all those things from taking just Copaiba? That speaks a lot to me. I don't know about you guys if you get, yeah. Okay, so let's keep going. So what they were finding here is kind of a general statement that Copaiba is supporting the body in the CB2 receptors at every level: neural synaptic function, DNA repair and stability, mitochondrial function, definitely our healthy inflammatory response. So it is one of these ones. And let's go into, before I start making general statements, let's go into the next study they did. So they did another study where they took our foundational wellness trio of the vitamins, minerals, and greens, the VMG, the omega oils, and the PB Restore, and they had one group of participants just take that for 3 months, and then they had a separate group of participants take that plus Copaiba gel caps, right? That was the only difference. And they had 60,000 data points to analyze. Let's go and look at what did they find, Di? All right. So just adding a gel cap of Copaiba to this combination, these are, notice down below, it says all of these are statistically significant reportings of increased cognitive performance on 3 out of 3 different cognitive tests, increased body composition, so you get increased muscle mass, while decreasing body fat, all statistically significant. Let's go to the next. What else did they find? The bioavailability, so the blood levels of vitamin B12 were dramatically increased. So your ability to utilize and absorb and work with the B vitamins, specifically B12, dramatically increased. Metabolism, thyroid function increased. The hemoglobin A1C, that is 3 months of someone's over time blood sugar. How is your body dealing with your blood sugar regulation? And that was decreased, which is what you want. You want it to go down. You don't want high numbers with your blood sugar, right? Cognitive performance. So on a very specific cognitive test, they had statistically significant improved results. This is outrageously exciting. Okay, let's keep going. That's why I had to include it. Everyone's like, are you sure? It's too much. No, this blows my mind, all of this, everyone. And I love that they put a bottle. We don't know. We don't know the things, whether it's, this was asked, whether it's the Copaiba in a gel cap, but in this picture, they have the Copaiba in the bottle. So I'm going to say, until we know differently, it's Copaiba any way you get it in, right? You could do it topically, you could do it internally with a couple drops under your tongue, you could be taking the gel caps. Working in Copaiba with your daily routine and your foundational wellness is now clinically proven to make your brain sharper with your cognitive performance improved, make your muscle mass increased and your body fat decreased, make you stronger and make you more vibrant with more energy, mobility, your higher vitamin B12 levels, better thyroid. Oh my God. Okay, so that gets me jazzed. So that's why I'm saying Copaiba makes everything better. Let's go to our next thing. Now let's talk about the fish oils and what's so darn special about our omega-3 fish oils. Because when I started to ask a couple people, they're like, I mean, we have a oil in there? Well, yes, but let's go a little bit deeper. So here's showing how basically the fish oil supplement market is really unstable and shady. And here was a Canadian study in the 2015 showing that look at the omegas that they were trialing over the counter were rancid, and that the levels of the constituents that we look at, the EPA and DHA, were not what they were on the label. And so this is just basically showing us that there's a lot of red flags in this industry, and you really want to know the company and trust it from whom you are taking omega fish oils. So let's go to the next slide. And here's again, of the top 16 fish oil supplements, 82% of them did not comply with their own labels about the EPA and DHA ratios. So let's get into the juicy. Oh, this was one more, and this was in a particular one of the really great presentations, and it gets brought up a lot. Most MDs have been taught over in kind of that omega oils thin the blood. And so like when you're going to go into a surgery, they'll tell you to stop taking them. And this was just we have to reframe this. We know they are highly anti-inflammatory, and in a sense, that's like inflammation thickens the blood. And so when you're anti-inflammatory, you're potentially going to be thinning the blood conceptually. But in essence, that's not it. They're not thinning it in a bleeding risk way. So research is showing that omega-3s do not increase bleeding risk, and your body still knows how to clot naturally. So making them safe and supportive even in pre-operative settings. So I really wanted to let that be known as well, because that's kind of an old piece of information that's just been outdated. So let's go on to our omega oil and the difference maker. The big difference maker is this wild orange essential oil. And we have said we have 300 milligrams of it, and it is our natural essential oil of wild orange. It's not an extract of limonene, which I'm seeing in competitor brands. They just put limonene, which is a synthetic extract. But the big take home is it's one thing to say this is wonderful and it's making it a little, more bioavailable, and it's a natural preservative. And that's kind of what we had with the initial information. Let's go to the next slide and let's get the actual what happened when they did it in a trial and a test and found that the wild orange, the epigenetic impacts, the impact of changing your cells, it was responsible for I can't even say it. It's a 30,000% increase in epigenetic, changing our DNA and our cells impact. It was so huge a difference between the fish oil alone and the fish oil with the wild orange, our fish oil that has the wild orange. I want you to look at that graph. It was hard to even quantify how big a difference they were seeing it making. So is there one more slide, Di? I can't remember yes. And so the other thing to remember is diversity of fish is really important. not just these small sardines and anchovies, but getting a diversity where you're having these fatty acids that are the important EPA and DHAs of the threes. But there's these smaller other ones called DPA. There's this omega 9, that's oleic acid. There's an omega 7, palmitinic acid. And then there's this other omega 11. And we're starting to hear about these. But for everyone to know that having that full range, it's just like what we see in our essential oils. When you isolate and take out one constituent, it doesn't work in the body the same way, and we don't get the same medicinal effects. Most of the doctor line fish oils or over-the-counter ones I see are single fractionated kinds of fish oils to get a super high number of EPA or DHA. They don't have this diversity, and you're not getting a full range of the omega 3s plus the 9 plus the 7 plus the 11. And to put it in a different way, the next slide, there's this is for the geek side of people with the sciencey side. There's this very important thing called the SN2 position. And what I like it how they had a seat row here. The analogy was like seats and you from an airplane row. It's very important, the positioning of these fatty acids and where they are, and that they don't get extracted out. And so that we have them in that natural array. So nature's, let me read it, puts omega 3s in the VIP seat, the SN2 position, where they're absorbed better, used smarter, and deliver longer lasting health benefits. So when we keep it in that natural positioning, which is what these are, and which what I see a lot of the competitors, very good brands on the market, are not, you're going to have that full range of benefit. You're going to have much better absorption, and then you'll be able to utilize better. And then you're bringing in that wild orange on top of it. Together, this was the kind of information that, as a doctor, made me sort of feel so much more happy about our omega, and that it is a powerhouse. And I hands down recommend this over any other fish oil. So I just wanted to bring that take home for people. And then let's go on to Scott Johnson's. He had a wonderful presentation, and the take home of that presentation was that they've been doing and finding really great research and looking at specific constituents in the oils that help the tight junctions in our gut. What is that? When we talk about leaky gut syndrome, when people are getting allergies and when they're getting all kinds of autoimmune problems and chronic disease, it's because this idea of our gut lining is getting loose, and they should be like this, our cells, right? And they're tight, 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 and it's getting loose. And so particles can leak out and our body starts to attack ourselves. What you want is that tight gap junction there. And these are the oils that in various different constituents have been shown to help that tight gap junction and help our gut integrity. So let's go to the next slide because it's all together. These are the four main ones. So the main ones are black pepper, ginger, patchouli, and thyme. And then we have this expanded, but beyond those four, what makes everything better? Copaiba. So you're going to bring copaiba in because it's going to make those four even more powerful. And then we have peppermint as a driver and wild orange, a citrus, with that limonene, which also kind of makes the liver and everything better. So you have those, we're going to call them harmonizers, the copaiba, peppermint, and wild orange. But the powerhouse ones are the black pepper, ginger, patchouli, and thyme. These are oils that we want to make into a gel cap and take in different ways and work with, or bring them in a symphony. So I just wanted to bring that home for, people who are working with oils for their digestion and want some advanced formulas. And then he basically said, take these 2 to 4 drops in a capsule between meals daily together with TerraZyme and then PB Restore. And this is a incredible gut protocol to do during a 30-day reset, a 90-day reset, or occasionally during your own kind of reset, right? So I think that's all. And I want to hand it over now to our Lori LaShawn, our Lady of the Gorge out here in Oregon. And she's going to go over the rest and the shine booklet of bringing this all together.
Thank you, Dr. Josie. Such great information. Oh my gosh, I'm loving all these new products. I just got mine. Yeah, so you might want to get your phone out here for some QR codes we're going to be sharing with you. This is the Shine ebook. So make sure to get that, download that. You'll have lots of tips on how to use all these products. Go to the next slide. And our October promotions. So these products are going to become available October 1st. You see here the new products. You can also add Serenity products are going to be available, the 10% off of the Serenity gel caps, soft gels. Our free product of the month in October is going to be Serenity. So if you are purchasing 125 PV in your rewards orders, that will come with that. Or if you bundle like throughout the month. So get all of these, the bundles with the supplements and everything anytime during the month on your rewards order. And if that's going to be over 100 PV, you're going to get that free Serenity. So look for that. And then we do have the limited time offer of I always say the Higgy order oil. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but diffuser and oil bundle. That is one of my favorite oils. I really love it before I go to bed at night. It's very grounding and earthy. It's so beautiful. So make sure to take advantage of all of that. And the next slide, I just wanted to share with you, make sure to check on this QR code and learn more about the Healing Hands Foundation. There's so much right now over the years that they have donated and done for the Healing Hands Foundation. There's just so much information out there. You could spend hours on the website. But the mission at doTERRA Healing Hands is that we ignite the power of our people and resources to provide transformative impact in doTERRA sourcing communities and beyond, with a vision is a world where every community thrives independently, equipped with the resources and support needed to sustainably address their own needs and contribute to global well-being. So when you donate to the Healing Hands Foundation, that's money that doTERRA is putting towards education and health and crisis relief, and 100% of that money that you donate is going to aid. It's possible because doTERRA International, they generously donate to cover all overhead and administrative costs of the doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation. So just listen to this. Right now, over 110 countries have funded projects that are going on right now. 413,000 72-hour emergency relief hygiene kits have been distributed. So I know that number is growing. At the convention, I believe it was over 19,000 were put together by just the wellness advocates who attended convention. So all of these beautiful things, so much support can go out to so many places to help so many people. And over $100 million in donations have been collected from all the global markets. So just know that when you order every month on your rewards order, there's a little spot at the bottom of the page where you can donate $1. Just donating $1 is amazing. And we also have a program where you can donate $25 regularly and be part of that as well. So just make sure to go to this QR code and check that out. It's so beautiful. And then don't forget to sign up and get your tickets for convention for 2026. Those tickets are on sale until tomorrow. You can get the pre-sale ticket price of $149. It's going to be in Orlando, Florida. So plan a trip with your family. The but these are early bird tickets that are available until tomorrow at 10 p.m. Mountain Time. So after that, then you have to wait, and they come available again at a higher price in 2020, or I'm sorry, in spring of 2026.
And there are limited seating. So just a little heads up about that, that I've heard there's going to be a lot less tickets sold than in the past. So don't wait.
Yeah, don't wait. And then I did want to just put out there, so for anyone here on this podcast who, if you are, you can always refer a friend, but if you are someone who is earning commission with doTERRA and a wellness advocate, doTERRA is doing a special double up on your fast start. So that's basically double commission when you are enrolling someone. So make sure to check this out as well. So that's going to go from September 20th until October 31st. And then there's another round November 1st through the 30th that you can double up on your fast starts. So make sure to check that out. Ask the person who is working with you and they will help you with that. Yeah, so I'm going to pass this on to Aisha.
You're muted, Aish.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. What an incredible conversation and such amazing information. We will be back next Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time for another episode where we'll take a deeper dive into the brand new castor oil, because there is a lot more to share about that castor oil. We're also going to share simple, practical tips and really support you and how to make it part of your daily wellness routine. This is such a gift and such a good practice to bring in daily. We've done calls about it in the past, but since we now have this in our product line, we're excited to dive into that. So remember, all of these products will be available starting October 1st. If you do not yet have your own wholesale account, please reach out to us directly or whoever invited you to this podcast to get started, so you can get the very best value. And if you love this podcast, please, please, please invite a friend to listen or share the recording. It is one of the best ways to spread the word and help grow our community. Until then, stay well, stay connected, and don't forget to sign up for the weekly drop at essentialwellness.life so you'll never, ever, ever miss an update. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm just going to turn the recording off really quick, and then we'll have a minute for questions.